So I wanted to leave you with some of the words that he had in his sermons, which I hear the Dharma in a lot of these words. And I have been inspired to practice as a result of reading these words. If any of you are around when I have met my day, I don't want a long funeral. And if you get somebody to deliver my eulogy, tell them not to talk too long. Every now and then I wonder what I want them to say. Tell them not to mention that I have a Nobel Peace Prize. That's not important. Tell them not to mention that I have 300 or 400 other awards. That's not important. Tell them not to mention that I went to school. I'd like somebody to mention that day that Martin Luther King Jr. tried to give his life serving others. I'd like for somebody to say that day that Martin Luther King tried to love somebody. I want you to say that day that I tried to be right on the war question. I want you to be able to say that day that I tried to feed the hungry. And I want you to be able to say that day that I tried in my life to clothe those who were naked. I want you to say on the day that I did try in my life to visit those who were in prison. And I want you to say that I tried to love and serve humanity. That's one. But we simply cannot have peace in the world without mutual respect. Here is the true meaning and value of compassion and nonviolence, when it helps us to see the enemy's point of view, to hear his questions, to know his assessment of ourselves. For from this view we may indeed see the basic weakness of our own condition, and if we are mature, we may learn and grow and profit from the wisdom of the brothers who we have called the opposition. People are often surprised to learn that I am an optimist. They know how often I've been jailed, how frequently the nights and days have been filled with frustration and sorrow, how bitter and dangerous are my adversaries. They expect these experiences to harden me into a grim and desperate man. They fail, however, to perceive the sense of affirmation generated by the challenge of embracing struggle and surmounting obstacles. There is nothing wrong with power if power is used correctly. And one of the greatest problems of history is that the concepts of love and power have usually been contrasted as opposites, as polar opposites, so that love is identified with the resignation of power, and power with the denial of love. Now, power properly understood is nothing but the ability to achieve purpose. It is the strength required to bring about social, political, and economic change. What is needed is the realization that power without love is reckless and abusive, and love without power is sentimental and anemic. Power at its best is love implementing the demands of justice, and justice at its best is power correcting everything that stands against love. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. And last but not least, it is no longer a choice between violence and nonviolence in this world. It's nonviolence or non-existence. So do yourself a favor today. I have a dream. It's 17 and a half minutes long. Take it to your cushion, integrate it into your practice, and really rejoice with me that we have this man in our world, in our lives, and to this very day, he continues to be a source of inspiration for all of us. So, thank you very much.